first graders, I'm really excited because our next science unit is all about animals, and I love animals. God loves animals too, and what's so cool is that God created each animal on this earth with all their special features and adaptations that we see so that they can survive in their environment. I wanted to also let you know that, give you an example of an adaptation. So I told you I went to Costa Rica this summer, and one of the favorite animals that I got to see was a sloth. And sloths climb a lot in trees to stay safe from predators. And one thing that really helps them climb is the fact that they have longer arms than legs. So we look at that and we might think that's kind of different. Well, God gave them those longer arms so that they could be safe and climb way high up in the trees. So I wanted to also share with you a Bible passage in creation in Genesis 1 verse 21. I'm going to read that to you, and it talks about how God created some of the animals here on earth. It says, "So God created the great creatures of the sea and every living thing with which the water teems and that moves about in it, according to their kinds, and every winged bird according to its kind. And God saw that it was good." Now, I think that's cool. Like, I was thinking about this because as I read this passage, I was thinking about every winged bird according to its kind. And what I realized is that there are a lot of birds out there, probably birds that I've never even heard of or seen because they live all over the world. So I looked up to see how many different kinds of birds we've discovered as human beings. And the list shows about 18,000 different types of birds. And I was just blown away by that fact. And it just made me that much more amazed by God and what He has done and how He has created all these wonderful things for us and for this planet. I also wanted to mention to you that, I think of some birds and how unique they are. So I was just trying to think of a list of different birds that have different special features. And we're going to be learning more about these animals, but I just wanted to mention them so you could start thinking about them. These are all birds, but they're all really unique and different. So I thought of penguins. They don't fly, but they're still birds. Ostriches, they're really fast runners. Flamingos, they have that beautiful pink color. And I think it's because of something that they eat that turns them pink. Ducks can float on the water. We have hummingbirds whose wings just beat so fast, and they are super tiny, but they eat constantly because they have so much energy that they need. Chickens, we have robins, little birds that tweet, and we have swans, who are just beautiful, elegant birds that we always think of floating in a pond or on a lake. Hawks and eagles, and even crows. And that is just the tip of the iceberg. There are so many birds out there. So I'm excited to get started on this new unit that we have. See, I'm walking my dog Charlie right now, and he is really fluffy and furry. He is a herding dog, and he actually has 2 layers of fur to keep him extra warm and dry in all kinds of weather. Okay, everybody, I'm in my front yard, and I just want you to notice this big tree here. I have a squirrel that I always see scurrying up and down who lives in the tree. I saw him bringing up some materials to make a comfy nest, or her. And I know that they also collect pine cones and get the seeds from them, and acorns. If you listen really carefully, you can hear lots of different birds chirping. And I was wondering if you knew that squirrels also chirp, so it's really cool. Squirrels like to collect seeds from pine cones too, so I know they have some adaptations that help them with that. Because I don't think I could get the seed in there without using some kind of tool. Now I'm in my backyard, and I think that an animal might be living under my little shed, because these rocks were not dug out like this before. So an animal may have used his claws to dig so that they can get underneath the shed and hide from people. Looks like there's a blue jay on my fence, but I don't want to get close and scare him away. So I'm not sure if you'll be able to see him. Just flew. I can still hear other birds chirping. It's fun to be an explorer in your own backyard or front yard.
They're fighting.
In the clips that you just watched, I was outside walking my dog Charlie. I was exploring in my backyard, and I also included a clip of when I went to Costa Rica with the hummingbirds. In the clip about the hummingbirds, you'll notice that at first it's starting at regular speed, and then partway through the video, it shows them in slow motion. And it was really cool to see them in slow motion because they move so fast. So they sound different and they look different when you see them in slow motion. So next what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and read some vocabulary words to you and also go over a Scholastic News article called Snow Leopards. So I'm really excited about learning more about all these animals. I'm going to go over some vocabulary words that you're going to be using throughout this unit on animals. Number 1 is adaptation. Those are special body parts or behaviors that animals have to survive in their environment. Number 2 is camouflage. Colors or patterns on an animal that help it blend into its environment. Number 3 is defenses. How an animal protects itself. Number 4 is endangered. Animals that are disappearing from the earth. Number 5 is environment, where a person or animal lives. Number 6, extinct, animals that are no longer living on the earth. Number 7 is instinct. Instincts tell an animal what to do to survive. Habitat is the natural home of an animal. Protection is to keep safe from harm or danger. Number 10, predator, an animal that hunts other animals for food. And number 11, prey, animals that are hunted. So now I'm going to read to you an article from Scholastic News called One Cool Cat. That great picture of him on the front. It says, high in the cold mountains, a spotted hunter moves quietly through the snow. It's a snow leopard. The mountains may seem like a tough place to live, but this big cat is perfectly suited for its snowy home. Look at this picture here. It says, snow leopards, thick fur keep them warm even in the snow. That's one of their adaptations. Suited for the snow. Snow leopards live in cold, snowy mountains. For them, the harsh habitat is no problem. They have ways to stay warm and hunt in their mountain home. Warm, cozy cats. A snow leopard is curled up on the snowy ground. Snow is all over its fur, but the leopard is still warm. Its thick fur keeps it warm in its freezing cold habitat. Thick fur is an adaptation. An adaptation is something that helps an animal survive where it lives. Snow leopards have other adaptations that keep them comfortable in the snowy mountains. They have thick, fluffy tails. A snow leopard can wrap its tail around itself like a scarf to warm up. Snow leopards even have fur on the bottoms of their paws. That keeps the leopards warm in the snow. The fur also makes their paws big, like snowshoes. The leopards can walk on the snow without sinking in too deep. Powerful hunters. Snow leopards have adaptations that help them hunt too. Their spotted fur is camouflage. The fur blends in with the rocks and lets snow leopards hide from other animals. It is easy for them to sneak up on an animal to eat. Once a snow leopard creeps up behind a sheep or goat to eat, it pounces. A snow leopard has strong legs. It can leap far to catch its food. The mountains may be a tough place to live, but snow leopards' adaptations keep it warm, safe, and well fed. Right here in this picture it says, camouflage helps snow leopards hide. Can you find the leopard? Some of you may see it. I'm going to keep going a little bit closer to help you see it too. See his little face right there. Spotting snow leopards. Snow leopards are great at hiding from other animals. They also hide from scientists who want to study them. So scientists look for clues snow leopards leave behind, like paw prints or claw marks on trees. The scientists set up cameras where they find these clues. The cameras take pictures of snow leopards that walk by. The pictures are helping scientists learn more about these big cats. So now we're going to go to the back and we're going to answer a few questions about snow leopards. The title says Sneaky Snow Leopards. We're going to be using pages 2 and 3 to answer the questions. So number 1, a snow leopard's camouflage helps it hide underwater, near rocks, or in green fields. Now think about the color of the snow leopard. His fur, where would he hide the best? If you said near rocks, you are correct. Number 2, which does not help snow leopards hunt? So the first one is their spotted fur, their strong legs, or their small paws. I think I know the answer, but I want to go back to the article and make sure I'm correct. Powerful hunters. Snow leopards have adaptations that help them hunt too. Their spotted fur is camouflage. The fur blends in with the rocks and lets snow leopards hide from other animals. It is easy for them to sneak up on an animal to eat. Once a snow leopard creeps up behind a sheep or goat to eat, it pounces. A snow leopard has strong legs. It can leap far to catch its food. So camouflage and strong legs. I think those were 2 of the choices. So for number 2, which does not help the snow leopards hunt? Well, their spotted fur is their camouflage, so that does help. And their strong legs also help them pounce. So the only choice that's left is their small paws. So their small paws is the answer. Good job if you knew that. Number 3, which adaptation do you think makes it hard for scientists to find snow leopards? Is it their fluffy tails, their camouflage, or their furry paws? It's their camouflage, which I'm sure you guessed or answered correctly. Number 4, it says a snow leopard can walk without sinking too deep into the snow. Write one sentence from the article that tells why it can do this. I remember reading about that too. Some of you may know the answer already, but I'm still going to go back and look again just to make sure. I remember it was at this paragraph up here, luckily. It says, snow leopards even have fur on the bottoms of their paws. That keeps the leopards warm in the snow. The fur also makes their paws big, like snowshoes. The leopards can walk on the snow without sinking in too deep. So good, we found the answer. It's because they have fur on their paws that makes their feet like snowshoes, so they don't sink too deeply. The next question, number 5, says, what is one adaptation that helps snow leopards be amazing hunters? So I can look back in the article, but I also remember one of the questions, number 2, was talking about how snow leopards hunt, So it talked about their spotted fur and their strong legs. So in my sentence, I could write that snow leopards are amazing hunters because they use camouflage and they have powerful legs. So I can include both in my answer. This last one is a bonus question. And when I read the vocabulary in the beginning, you may remember this word. It says snow leopards sneak up on prey like sheep or goats. What do you think prey means? So we also learned in our vocabulary that a predator is an animal that hunts other animals for food. So if snow leopards are sneaking up on prey like sheep or goats, you may also remember that prey are animals that are hunted. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson about animals and adaptations, and I'm excited for this unit. I think you'll really enjoy it. Have a wonderful day.